Hey friends, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, back again with another video, and today's video is a very exciting one. Today I am sharing the first full room transformation in my first home. This is something that's been in progress since we closed on our home on May 31st, 2022. It's been a minute. There were a lot of things that had to happen to turn this bedroom into our own little oasis, and I'm so excited to share with you what we've done to transform this room. I feel like it is absolutely night and day, but I'll try not to ramble on too much. So without further ado, let's look at the befores. This is what the bedroom looked like when we came for our viewing with the former owner's furniture in it. This was the vibe, kind of bluish gray walls, very sort of light and beachy. The same light pinkish beige carpet that was through the entire top 2 levels of the house. Some pretty dated mirrored closet doors with gold trim around them. It was very much not our style, so we were very excited to get our hands on it and change some things up. So of course, in going into decorating this room, I really wanted to focus on what the main purpose of this room was and what it needed to accommodate. And obviously, it's a bedroom. Its main purpose is a place to sleep. The bed is really the focus of the room, and we have a king-size bed. So because this room is not gigantic, a king-size bed is going to take up the vast majority of the square footage, and for us, that's fine. I don't need to have like a full sofa set in my bedroom. If you want one, more power to you, but we have a living room and a family room. I don't need a couch in my bedroom. So bed is number 1 priority. My husband and I are both night owls, and we're both not great at sleeping, so it's definitely a high priority to make our bedroom cozy, peaceful, a great place for sleep. And then the secondary goal for the bedroom is for it to be a comfortable place to get ready in the morning. So typically, because I'm a YouTuber and I work from home, I usually don't wake up quite as early as my husband, who is getting up and going to work. So the room needed to accommodate my husband Jason getting up in the morning, being able to get dressed, get ready for work without ideally having to turn all the lights on if I'm still asleep. Rewind a couple seconds to where I mentioned we're both night owls and not great at sleeping. I'm usually not ready to wake up at 7 in the morning. So with that in mind, I wanted to put together a list of sort of the must-have furniture pieces or must-have elements in the room to meet those goals. So number 1 was a comfortable bed, and luckily we already had a king-size mattress and a king-size bed that we loved that we brought with us from Toronto when we moved out here. We were in need of a pair of nightstands, ideally, that we liked the look of, were pretty low on footprint because we don't have a huge amount of space in this room, and ideally some kind of storage, even if it's a relatively small area, so that all the little extra things that we end up bringing with us into the bedroom have a place to go so that the top of the nightstands don't get super cluttered and messy. A full-length mirror was also a need for getting ready in the morning, and again, luckily we brought a full-length mirror with us from Toronto when we moved here, so we had that already, and a dresser. Luckily this bedroom has 2 closets, so we can each have our own. They're just reach-in closets, they're not huge, but it's still a luxury for us. We've always had to share a pretty tiny closet. And lastly, a laundry basket that's a pretty good size, but we did bring 2 wicker laundry baskets that I believe we got at IKEA. At this point, I wanted to get a little bit more of an idea of possible decor, so it was time to go onto Pinterest, my favorite part. So these are some of my top inspiration images that I kept coming back to that were really sort of the jumping off point for the design of this room. While I was doing all of that sort of initial planning, we were also starting on the physical labor side of this makeover because there was a lot to do. So here's some old footage from back in the summer when we were ripping out that god-awful carpet and the carpet pad and 5 million staples. I don't know why they needed so many staples. Removing the closet doors. My husband also took one for the team and sanded down the ceilings because they were popcorn ceilings and they were not cute, and then primed and painted the ceilings and also primed the walls in the bedroom. So at that point, we sort of had a blank slate and we could look at this bedroom without any of the decor elements from the previous owner, just very much a blank box. Initially, the plan had been to paint every room in this house the same color of white. We found this beautiful, just slightly off-white color called Whisper White by Behr, and we really loved the color. It's really beautiful. We have it in the whole sort of main level of our house. When we started talking about painting the walls, I just had a very strong visceral reaction to the idea of white walls, and I very quickly realized that I couldn't do it. I really didn't want a white bedroom. And coming back to the whole purpose of this room, it being a really cozy, peaceful place to sleep, for me, a white room is not particularly cozy and peaceful. Again, for me, I'm sure it's cozy and peaceful for other people, but I wanted something a little darker, a little moodier, something that felt a little bit more like a cozy hobbit hole or cave that I could climb into and sleep peacefully all night long. So that became the goal. And Jason and I went to Home Depot and we looked through 5 million paint chips to pick a color we liked, and we went back and forth for a while, but we ended up deciding on this gorgeous, in my opinion, deep green color. This is Adventurer by Behr. It's actually the same color that's in my filming room. Here we use some of the extra paint in here, so this is the color too. Beautiful color. And as soon as we started painting that room, I immediately was so glad that we decided to not go white and that we decided to go so dark and bold, because I love it. It's a statement, but I love it. And it really does give our bedroom that like cozy cave, it's time to go to sleep vibe. Not that it always feels like a cave. It doesn't feel like a cave during the day. When the bright light is coming in through the window, it feels very nice in there, but at nighttime, cave vibes activated. Hobbit hole activated, and I love it. We already knew what flooring we were going to use in here. It's the same flooring that we put in through the top 3 levels of the house. I'll put the name of it on the screen and in the description box if you want to know specifically what this flooring is. But this is engineered hardwood, it's oak, and in this beautiful, deep, warm stain that we're obsessed with. It looks so beautiful everywhere. So we knew that this was going in the bedroom because it was going in every room. So the next step was to install those floors. We brought in the basics to this room, and we also ended up finding the perfect dresser for this bedroom on Facebook Marketplace, so we brought that in as well. Fast forward a couple months, it was finally time to put something up in terms of trim. Because we'd just been totally trimless for this whole time. We ended up going with this flat stock trim, and Jason figured out somehow, like a magician, how to cut it to fit and to install it. Don't ask me what he did. I have no idea. It was like magic. He's incredible. So Jason installed these beautiful large baseboards all around the room. He also did the trim around the door and the closet door. Once he got sort of that door frame in, we wanted to put the closet doors in. So these are just basic closet doors that we got at Home Depot that happen to fit the dimensions in our closet, and put these handles on. These are actually the same handles that we're using in our kitchen, because it occurred to us that we hadn't bought handles for the closet door, and it came with handles, but they weren't super cute. So we decided to try these, and I think they look great, so it all worked out. We also replaced the doorknob because it was an old sort of round silver doorknob, and I think switching to this more angular, modern looking black doorknob just makes the whole door look 10 times better. And this corner in general, I could stare at it for days. Just gorgeousness. I'm planning on doing a separate video to cover the closets themselves in terms of what we did inside the closets for organization, so watch out for that. So at this point, all of the basics of the room are done. We have new floors, new paint on the walls, new freshly smooth ceilings, trim everywhere, closet doors, new handles. Everything is looking fresh and clean and spicy. I don't know where spicy came from, but we're just gonna go with it. The final pieces of the puzzle, furniture-wise, were nightstands. And let me tell you, I scoured Facebook Marketplace for literally all of the months from when we started working on this bedroom to now for nightstands. And Facebook Marketplace is just crickets when it comes to nightstands, especially if you wanted 2 matching ones. It's not going to happen. But even new nightstands that didn't seem like they were super high quality were being listed at $300, $400 each, which seemed like a lot. But again, I'm learning, trying to furnish a house. Furniture is expensive. And then one day, I was in Homesense buying candles, as one does, and I was walking around the back of the store before going to the cash to look at everything, as one does, and I passed their little furniture section, and what did they have but 2 nightstands? They actually had 3 in the store, but anyway, nightstands that looked like they came from a set with our bed frame. How and why, I don't know, but they looked perfect. They were something like $130 each, which was such a steal. The perfect size, and they had this cute little drawer to store all our necessities and random stuff to pile up on a nightstand, you know, a spot to put a coaster for when we have tea in the evening, and a place to keep an extra hair clip and a scrunchie and lip balm. Again, I feel like they look like part of a set with our bed, which is kind of wild, and I'm just so glad we found them. I also at this point started to put up some wall art. These 4 pieces are from Desenio. They gifted them to me, so those went up on the wall. That was my first attempt at a gallery wall, and it's not perfect. I think it looks pretty good. And I like the combination of these prints that I picked out. They all have a little bit of a misty dusk or dawn greenish vibe. And I just feel like, again, they add to my, this is a cozy cave hobbit hole, but stylish design brief. I'm a professional, clearly. Okay, so popping in here for a little check-in. I'm really happy with how this room has turned out so far. We've made so much progress. I'm starting to see the vision of what this room is going to be, but I feel like there's a glaring oversight right now, which is the bed. I was gonna slap it and then I realized Yoda was right here, so I'm gonna not do that. But the bed, as much as I love this actual bed, like the bed frame that we brought with us from Toronto, the bedding isn't really working for me in here. This is the bedding we had back in Toronto, and in that room, which was painted an off-white, the light green duvet cover with the white sheets looked great. It brought some color into the room. But in this room, while I would still love to add even more color, and I plan to, there's already a lot of green in here. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna avoid green altogether, because I do love it. And I do think it can be really cool to use different shades of the same color in a room to kind of tie things together. That being said, I don't want the room to feel too matchy-matchy. I don't want it to feel like it's a green themed room necessarily. So as much as this duvet cover has treated us well for a couple years and I quite like the color of it, I think in this room it doesn't quite make sense. So I began my search in earnest for bedding for this room, and while it was really important to me that it looked great and really fit the style of the room, I was not willing to compromise on comfort. And that is where the sponsor of today's video, Brooklinen, comes in. As I'm sure you are aware, high-quality bedding is expensive. Luckily, Brooklinen was founded on the philosophy that everyone deserves simple, beautiful home essentials without the luxury markup, providing the quality and comfort that we all crave at an affordable price by cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you. Brooklinen is offering my viewers a special discount of $20 off any order over $100. Just click the link below and use code plantbasedbride. Brooklinen was kind enough to send me their linen hardcore sheet bundle. I am so excited for these new sheets. It has been painful to leave these boxes unopened until I could film this. I have always had a hard time getting a good night's sleep since I was a child, and I've really realized as I've gotten older that high quality sheets can make such a huge difference in my sleep. Everything is so beautifully wrapped, like this packaging for real. Ooh, this is gonna be a reveal. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Look at that color. This is the terracotta color, and this is what I chose for my duvet cover and also for the extra set of pillowcases. I'm so excited about this color. I think it's gonna look beautiful in here. Are you gonna help? Thanks, Chewy. So here is the duvet cover. Oh my gosh, look at that color. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. So obviously I'm not going devoid of color because honestly that wouldn't be being true to myself, but I am doing something a little different. And I'm really excited about the combo of this beautiful deep terracotta color, this like slightly desaturated rusty reddish color combined with our really deep, slightly desaturated green walls. I think it's gonna look so good. Okay, but what about the sheets? Because I'm sure y'all wanna know what color sheets I chose. So let's open those too. So here are the sheets. Again, beautiful, beautiful packaging. I love the tag. These are the sheets I chose. Yes. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Okay, so these are the sheets. How beautiful are these? A nice creamy white. So you can see like these sheets that are already on the bed are like a pure true white, and these look quite a bit more warm toned, which I think just suits this room a little bit better, just slightly skewy and warm with these cream sheets. Oh my gosh, they look so nice. So that is the combo, and the texture of this is so nice. It's so soft, but I love that like casual sort of rumpled look it has. Okay, I'm so excited. Let's make the bed. Okay, so while I strip the bed, I want to talk about why I chose the colors I did. Obviously, as you saw already, the cats love to spend time in bed with us, which is lovely, but because they're black cats, their black fur gets everywhere if we let them on the bed. So there's really no way we could get away with too light of a color of duvet. I feel like this color of this green is about as light as we can go without it being really obvious that there's black cat hair on everything. That is in part why I chose to go with a darker duvet and lighter sheets. I'm so excited to change these out. So, and now you can see my dilemma every time I try to make the bed, which is that the cats think it's like that parachute game you play when you're a little kid, and they will not let me make the bed in peace. With over 100,000 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company, you know you can trust Brooklinen for sheets that don't just feel great, they look great too. You can shop for your own bundle from the comfort of your own home, mixing and matching over 20 colors and patterns. The sheets I chose are made with 100% linen in Portugal. Linen is Brooklinen's lightest, most breathable fabric with unique moisture-wicking properties that make it even cooler than cotton. And as someone who cannot sleep if I'm too hot, this is a must. Linen is light yet cozy, perfect for both warm and cool nights. Not only does climbing into a bed with comfortable sheets make my bed my favorite place to be, helping me to reduce distractions and just get cozy and sleepy, but when my bed looks beautiful, that ritual of going to sleep becomes this luxurious, enjoyable experience rather than an anxiety-ridden one worrying about how long I'm gonna lie awake in the dark. Yoda. Hey, what you doing? Hey. Yoda is clearly a fan. I think I might need to banish the cats for the rest of this bed making experience. Flat sheet here. I love this cream color. Let's put that over there. Got the king size pillowcases. Although, I don't even know if these are technically king size pillows. I just thought it would be better since our bed is a king size bed. Okay, so. Well, thanks, Jimmy. Wow, thanks for your help. It's kind of bad. Kind of a bad time. And okay, so here's how it looks all made, and I'm obsessed. I feel like this color combination might be slightly controversial. I feel like some people are going to be anti reds and greens together in the same space, but they're contrasting colors. They are put together for a reason. They look great together in my opinion. I love that contrast, and I especially love it when the colors aren't just, you know, the expected sort of primary and secondary colors put together. These colors have so much more nuance to them. I just feel like it looks great together, and I am a fan. So let me know in the comments if you agree. Would you go for reddish sheets in a green room? Would you never do it? Be nice, ideally, but let me know your thoughts. If they can snuggle on it all day and the sheets will still look great because they're meant to have that like slightly rumpled casual look, and also because they're a little darker and won't show the cat hair as easily, I'm a fan. Don't forget that Brooklinen is offering my viewers a special discount of $20 off any order over $100. Just click the link below and use code plantbasedbride. I'm now going to do a very scientific test as to the comfort of these sheets, so prepare yourself for this. You know, this feels pretty good. I'm a fan. What do you think, Yoda? Are you a fan? Moving on to the second most important series of textiles in a bedroom, in my humble opinion, which are the curtains. We decided to do dual curtain rods. I will die by the fact that dual curtain rods are a must. A set of sheer curtains on the inside, more opaque, though not necessarily full on blackout. It depends on your needs. Curtains on the inside, it's a match made in heaven. This way you can have the sheer curtains pulled for privacy or just to kind of soften the light a little bit while still getting light in the room. And then when you're trying to go to bed and your neighbor has all their lights on for some reason at 1 a.m. and is lighting up your bedroom like a Christmas tree, you can close the other set of curtains and again have your dark cave hobbit hole dreams come true. We really wanted to do something special. We wanted to pick a fun color, do a pattern, do something a little more luxurious. So I ended up splurging a little bit and bought these curtains from Anthropologie. I do not recommend Anthropologie for anyone on a budget. I got them on sale and even still expensive, but the quality is beautiful. These curtains are a beautiful shade of yellow. They're really soft to the touch and they have this woven texture to them, this repeated diamond pattern. I'm obsessed with them, but again, not cheap. Moving back to the other side of the room, I wanted to focus on the area above the bed because yes, we have our cute little 4-piece gallery wall on the wall to the side of the bed, but the area above the bed looks a little blank. I just wanted to add some interest on this wall, kind of pull things together, and I found an Etsy shop selling beautiful antique prints, again, linked in the description box, and they had this 3-piece set of landscapes that are meant to be hung side by side as a series, sort of a continuation. It's one large landscape painting that's been cut into 3 pieces. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I showed it to Jason and he was also a fan, and I thought it would look amazing to mount this sort of 3-piece series over the headboard. And again, this is introducing some more colors into our color palette. Very warm and cozy feeling. So I thought these would look beautiful over the bed, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I was right. As I mentioned, I got these on Etsy and downloaded the files, and then I was able to bring the files with me to Staples on a USB key and have them printed at the size that I wanted. It was actually really affordable to get it done and super quick, so highly recommend Staples if you're getting some art prints printed. I also did some smaller prints, so I got 2 8x10s, this sketch of a woman and this sketch of a bridge and a tree. I also did a 5x7, this sketch of a tree, and a tiny little baby 2x3. I actually ended up just printing this little one at home on my own printer. And all of these frames, the 3 large ones and the 4 smaller ones, are all from Michaels. Highly recommend Michaels for frames. All of these were just off the shelf. None of them were custom or anything, but I think they look great and I love the variety. So the black frames above the bed, I feel like tie in the few black accents we have throughout, like the handles on the closet doors and our bedroom door, the black frame of our mirror, and also our 2 little black lamps from IKEA. And then the smaller frames, that nice light sort of beachy wood, I feel like ties in, again, just adding another wood tone. I love mixing wood tones. I know some people want all their wood tones to match. I feel like the more wood tones, the merrier. That's just my own life philosophy. So I loved yet another tone. They kind of mirror the lighter oak of the frames for the Desenio prints that I have, but they're not too matchy-matchy. They're a little more rustic and washed out. And then of course, my little baby golden frame, keeping the gold accents to a minimum in the room because my husband is not a huge gold fan. That's maybe one of the very few home decor things that we differ on, because I would put gold, well, not everywhere, but I like a tasteful gold accent. Him not so much. So I thought I might get away with it if it was only on this tiny little 2x3 frame, but we'll see. We'll see if he even notices. I liked incorporating these sketches, these black and white sketches, for more art that I can kind of layer and place in different areas without sort of overwhelming the room with too many more colors, because the room is pretty colorful already, which, I mean, I love. Clearly, I'm going for a colorful room, but I liked the idea of keeping most of the art pieces either more muted in tone or completely black and white. But that's not all in terms of decor that goes on the wall, because we are a family of musicians here, and there was literally no way that we were going to be decorating a bedroom and not be putting a guitar on the wall. So we decided that the spot next to the closet doors there would be the perfect spot to hang a guitar, and we decided to hang this one there to start. Again, another wood tone. Even more wood tones. I'm getting so happy. This is a beautiful guitar, and I just think it looks perfect here. Not only is it beautiful on the wall, and it is beautiful on the wall, but it's also perfect to grab for a little serenade at bedtime, which is just what life is like when two musical people get married. Moving on to larger pieces that don't have to be bolted to the wall, I have our large wicker laundry basket, which is a must for us. And I thought it tucked really nice in this spot right here. Easy to access, close to the closets, but not in the way of any main walkways in the bedroom, like in the flow. I also got a faux olive tree because as much as I adore plants of all kinds, there are two barriers to having real plants in our house. The first barrier is that we have two cats who will chew on literally anything, and most plants are toxic to cats, and as much as I wish they would just stop chewing on things that aren't food, they're not going to, so I must protect their safety. And the second part is the fact that keeping plants alive is very difficult for me in general, but also specifically in the climate that we live in. It gets really cold, so if you put anything anywhere near a window where it can get light, it's going to be getting pretty cold air flowing on it. It's going to have sort of harsh heat coming out of the vent and then cold air coming from the window. It's also very dry out here in the prairies, and even though we have a humidifier, I don't think the plants would be very happy. So real plants are kind of not an option right now, although maybe in the future I will try to figure out how in the heck I can have a green thumb. We'll see. But for now, I did want to add some greenery in this room. Obviously this room is already green, but you know, something that felt like it could be alive. So a faux tree was the option I decided to go for, and I really like this faux olive tree. I like the scale. I feel like it adds something here, and I really like this little rattan basket that I put it in. It just gives a little bit more texture, some more height here in a way that is pleasant to my eyeballs. I also got this amazing little stool that is sort of the natural wood shapes, like a stump, and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. I really wanted at least one area to be able to sit down that wasn't the bed, mostly because my husband gets up and gets ready for work before me most days, and when he sits on the edge of the bed to put his socks on, he usually shakes the bed enough that I then wake up because I'm a very late sleeper, and he must be stopped. So we needed another option for a place to sit to put socks on. Just popping in here after my first night sleeping on my Brooklinen sheets to give you a little update on how they were. And listen, I made the right choice. These linen sheets feel so good. They're so comfortable. I felt warm and cozy and cocooned, but I also didn't overheat, which is very important. And I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I would have stayed in bed all day if that had been an option. Unfortunately, it wasn't. They have a texture to them, of course. They're linen, but they feel so soft. It kind of feels like your favorite shirt that's been washed 500 times, and it has a little bit of texture to it, but it's just so worn in the best way, like soft and cozy. That's what these sheets feel like. Love them. The cats are also loving the sheets. They were in bed all night, and they've been on and off the bed all day today as I've been in here filming. They are a big fan. So tens across the board. These sheets are a win. We're getting to the point now where most of the major things are done, and it's down to the nitty-gritty details, those little pieces that really add even more personality to the space, really make it feel lived in and homey and cozy. So that is what I'm going for now, and at this point it's really just a lot of trial and error, placing things in different spots and seeing how I like it, how things look in terms of scale, trying to combine some lower things with taller things, incorporating different textures, again, playing with different colors that tie into the overall color palette, just trying to add those final details without going over the top, ideally, still leaving enough space on surfaces that they are usable day to day. Once again, anything that is still available on the internet that I can find, I will link down below, so check the description box if you're looking for something specific. That brings us to the end of this makeover. All those final little pieces are done. This room has really come together. I'm obsessed with it. I feel like this is my own little oasis, and it's the most decorated my bedroom has been since my high school bedroom that I decorated when I was going into grade 9 so that I could have my, like, I'm a teenager now bedroom. And let me just say, if I can find a picture of that bedroom on Facebook somewhere, I probably can find an old one. I'll put it on the screen so you can see the difference in my style in terms of home decor from the age of 12 to 30. My style has changed a little bit in the last 18 years, and this is the first time that I've been able to fully turn a space that I'm living in as an adult into my ultimate dream for that space. And oh my God, it feels good. So let's have a quick reminder of what the befores looked like, because the transformation is truly wild. Here is the before of the bedroom. This is what it looked like. The popcorn ceilings, the pinkish rug, the bluish gray walls, those gold mirrored closet doors. And this is what it looks like now. Here is our beautiful bedroom. I am so obsessed with it, it's not even funny. I'm in love. I am in heaven. This is the cozy, peaceful cave hobbit hole of my dreams. It's very colorful still, which is something that my husband and I both love as super creative people. We've never been ones for a super monochrome or neutral look, but it still feels adult and subdued in a way that is very satisfying to me. So I hope y'all love this transformation. As I said, I am obsessed with it. Every time I come in this room now, I just get giddy and have to jump around for a couple seconds, get my excitement out. The cats also are obsessed with the room, and specifically the Brooklinen sheets. They already loved our bed, but now they literally will not leave it at any time of the day or night. Speaking of Brooklinen, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Thank you for gifting me the most buttery, soft, comfy linen sheets for our bed. Brooklinen and I are on the same page in terms of making your room a cozy oasis as a form of self-care. And my Brooklinen sheets are literally the most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. I am so happy with them, and I highly recommend them. Don't forget that Brooklinen is offering my viewers a special discount of $20 off any order over $100. Just click the link below and use code plantbasedbride. And just a few more shots, because I cannot get enough. Please let me know your thoughts on this room transformation in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on the format of this video in general. Obviously, this was my first time doing a room makeover on my channel, and it's brand new waters to wade in, but this video was so much fun to make, and it's incredible to get to sleep in this room every night because it's my dream room. Thank you so much for watching this video and for your enthusiasm for home content. I'm so excited about it right now. Turning our first house into a home has become such a huge part of our lives since we bought this house, and I'm really glad that y'all are on this journey with us. Thank you, as always, to my patrons for your support. I am so grateful for you. If you at home want to join the squad, feel free. There's a link in the card and in the description box down below. And with that, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you really soon in my next one. Bye, friends. You're so refined. You make me feel. You make me feel. Oh, I think I put my sisters in the other room. Come here, check out the boxes. For an occasion.